podcast party. Descent into Avernus.
My name is Painbearer Corbin Shiv. My friends and I are in an infernal marketplace called the Wandering Emporium. Ofelia just made a deal with a magic ball. She got 5 soul coins, and now she has to reveal her secret.
What you don't know about me, well, before Dr. Thinster, I didn't mean to, and I didn't quite know what I was doing, but I have killed before with my magic. So many people I cared about. And she describes the story of finding the cursed sheet music and performing it and killing the whole audience. Do you think less of me?
Not at all, Ofelia. I'm sorry you've been carrying that around. What a terrible experience.
Has anything like that happened since?
No, but I haven't encountered. I still don't quite know what that music was or where it came from.
You killed innocent people?
Didn't mean to.
How many?
What was the seating capacity in the auditorium? I don't know.
I believe it was like a couple hundred people.
It was, yeah.
It was, yeah. Well, it was the song. I didn't know.
Doesn't seem like something you did of your own free will. Like something took advantage of you.
Suppose I had the choice to not take the music.
But you didn't know what would happen.
No.
Did you know it was evil or horrible or anything?
I just thought that I would do so well. It would be the performance to make my career if I had the perfect composition.
Vanity, Mahadi says. Easily my favorite sin.
So, you were selfish. You were selfish and people died.
Yeah, it was a shortcut, but she didn't sign off on 200 people dying.
Definitely not.
I understand.
If you think less of me, Corbin, I would understand. I promise there's no worse thought you could have about me than I have had about myself many times.
I don't, Ophelia. I don't think less of you. I think you're very strong to still take your abilities and try to turn them to good and to save these other hundreds of people. We need you. We need you not to give up on yourself because of a mistake. I'm here for you.
Thank you, Hylan.
Lulu looks at you, Ofelia, and says,
Darling, I understand much more than you realize.
Mahadi, thank you for the tour. I think we can take it from here. We'll just explore on our own.
Very well, very well. If you need me, I'll of course be over at my wonderful establishment, and I expect to see you soon.
And he raises his eyebrows and walks away.
Lulu, what did you mean?
I trusted someone with my whole heart and soul, and they let me down. They turned into something awful and evil. But I know that there's some good still left in them. I think it's the same thing for you. You didn't know what you were doing, and I don't think she did either. But she made a choice, you made a choice, and we all have the consequences of that choice.
Well, if you believe there is still good in her, then I believe it too, Lulu.
I hope I'm not wrong.
Well, we have these 5 soul coins.
Thank you for doing that.
I say to Ophelia, I'm the sword. Never accept gifts or favors from fiends or those who truck with them. Stay true to your order, your comrades, and your duty.
Okay. I think I understand. She kind of lowers her head.
It ain't always easy to live up to that. And I should know as well as anyone, I guess.
What do you mean by that, Ren?
I'll tell you when we're on the road. I'm concerned that even though Mahadi's buggered off, he can probably still hear everything we're saying. Let's see about the diamonds first, right? I think diamonds is more important than that.
Oh, let me try it here. So Corbin will put in a diamond worth 300 gold.
It says, a reunion with a lost loved one.
That's going to be Deghawk, ain't it?
I don't know if she's lost.
I don't know if she's loved.
Of course I love my sister. I mean, I hate her too, but, I love her too. I think this is a good deal. I'm going to take this one.
I'm going to try the same ask, see what it offers me for a diamond worth 300 gold.
It says your brother's eyes.
No, I'm not doing that one.
I can do a reunion.
Yeah, I'm not doing the eyes. That seems extreme compared to a reunion, to be honest.
I agree. But if it is Deghawk and she appears here and she attacks me, I'm just going to have to run.
Well, she'll be violating the terms of the what have you if she does.
She wouldn't technically have signed a contract.
Right, she would if she just appeared here, I'm saying. I don't know what's going to happen.
There's no expiration date on that, which is the thing, you know. Could happen not now, but when you least expect it. Like, you go into the bathroom and there's Deghawk.
Well, she'll regret that more than me, I think.
So, Corbin's going to take that. He's going to take that.
And in the bowl, you see a glittering diamond appear.
Wow.
He will pick it up. He looks around. Is there anybody around?
Where are you? Are you here? Hello?
You look around. I mean, there's just the four of you and Lulu.
I'll do the reunion right now. I'm good with it. Hello? All right.
Nobody's there.
Seems like it's going to be someone else who's setting the time and place for that, Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of dungeon master. Will decide.
Some sort of puppeteer. I just want some progress on where this sword is. This is the last time I'm going to try it.
Oh, but what we need is Tiamat's blood. But it's going to want 2 legs and a head for Tiamat's blood.
2 legs.
But we don't know until we try, right?
Yeah, all right. I quickly write down Tiamat's blood and throw it in.
A vial.
A vial of Tiamat's blood.
What is then written after you say a vial of Tiamat's blood is knowledge of the end of the world by the goddess Tiamat, but must do nothing to affect the outcome.
I'm not sure I understand the terms of that.
It's telling you that it will posit an end of the world. You'll see the future, and in that future, Tiamat will end the world, and you are not able to do anything about it.
Sort of interesting, because I don't know that I could do anything about it anyway. If Tiamat was going to, yeah.
That sounds weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, it
we
does
know
sound weird.
we know it's a very valuable thing, and so I don't like how many ways that could go.
Devil's advocate seems like the wrong term to use here, but it does seem like perhaps it would be a smaller price to pay than what could happen to us if we lie in this situation. It would be the means to an end.
But what if you find out? I mean, listen, I never knew I would ever be in hell doing this. I don't have any delusions of grandeur, but based on some of the things I've seen and heard, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that you would have a part to play in stopping that. And I know you, and if you knew it was going to happen and you couldn't do anything about it, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to write down a map of Avernus showing 3 locations, one of which is where the Sword of Zariel is.
In return for this, you will choose 3 internal organs, one of which will disappear.
Okay,
Appendix.
sidebar. Appendix, kidney.
No, you need your kidney. You're going to need your kidney.
Well, you can spare a kidney. Appendix, gallbladder,
Brain.
no, that's what little I have that I need to retain. The only other organ I can think of is a kidney, where you have an extra one. What does everyone think?
I mean, I can't think of anything better off the top.
You can live without your spleen.
Yeah, but I don't know what that would entail, and I know what the other thing. All right, I'm going to say you have all made sacrifices that will benefit all of us, and we need to find this sword. And I have limited medical knowledge, but I'm going to draw on what I have, and I'm going to list these 3 organs: appendix, gallbladder, 1 kidney. I guess I just think that in my head, and I say I accept the terms.
There is a sort of shimmer in the bowl, and a map of Avernus appears in your reach.
Wow.
Does it have 3 locations marked on it?
Who wants to pick it up?
I would pick it up, I'm sure.
You pick it up, you unfurl it. As you do so, you fall to the ground unconscious.
I go to her medicine check.
Go for it.
15.
You are no longer unconscious, but the world is swimming around you, Hylan.
Mm-hmm.
Hylan, I'm going to make an adjustment to your character sheet, unfortunately.
Okay.
Your constitution modifier was 1 because you had a 12 constitution. You now have an 8 constitution permanently.
Okay, wow. Don't know if I would have done that if I knew that, but...
Hylan, Hylan, you alright?
That's a -1 on your con mod.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
You look frail. You're cold.
I just need a couple minutes.
She looks ghastly pale.
With a medicine check, can we tell what organ she would have lost?
You want to do some dissection work here? It's
No,
totally
but
fine.
like, I don't know, based on like the rate, like with a medicine check or something, like might we know what the symptoms of like no longer having a, having lost a kidney might look like? Or
You can make a medicine check, but it's going to be a difficult check.
okay, fair enough.
Corbin, give her guidance.
I can't cast spells.
All right, fuck.
I'll be fine. I just need a couple of minutes.
That's a 12 on my medicine check.
Yeah, you can't tell, Ofelia.
I'll be fine, and then we can go get some food,
Corbin writes down, healing my friend Hylan, puts it in the bowl.
Aw, you make me cry.
Healing my friend Hylan isn't really a physical object.
I write down Hylan's organ restored, and I put it in the bowl.
It says the map which you have just received.
I take the map and throw it in the bowl.
It disappears in a puff of flame, and your constitution goes right back to where it was.
What happened?
Did you get a good look at it?
No,
She didn't even open her hand.
I started to unroll it, and I don't remember anything after that.
we need Hylan well enough to do something with the sword when we find it. It's all right, Hylan. Feeling better?
I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about.
I guess I don't know as much about medicine as I thought. Thanks for helping me.
Maybe we should get away from this thing before we get in trouble.
I'm done with this bowl.
Do we need some ichor?
I think we should get some. And perhaps in the casino there are other things that we could win or find as well.
Your stomach starts to rumble, by the way, Hylan.
All right, we need
to
food.
eat.
Yeah. Come on, Hylan, let's get you that haircut.
Wait, let's get the ichor first, while we're here. Then we'll move on.
Is ichor the thing we need most? Like, if we may not be able to buy a lot of things.
All right.
We can buy the ichor with gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's not that bad.
We each put in 25. We can get one at least.
All right. Yeah, that seems worth doing that.
I would do 50 for 2.
Corbin has 344 gold.
Yeah, I have a lot as well. It's the platinum that we found in the...
Oh, right. We have 50 platinum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I have Okay. Yes, there is money.
We do 50 gold each, and...
Okay, so I'll put 50 in.
Oh, right. Okay. All right, I'll put 50 in for that.
We're going to get 2 demon ichors.
Walk over to Eliak, and he sort of turns towards you. His fingers start to sort of flop around as he sees that you have gold, ready to purchase some of his demon ichor.
We'd like 2.
You put up the fingers, too.
Right.
His fingers sort of undulate. He grabs one of the abyssal chickens. The tentacle finger sort of wraps around it. And you watch the chicken diminish in size and be squeezed like a grape. And the other hand reaches out, grabs a small glass flask underneath the chicken, and all of this green goop starts to issue forth as the chicken squeals.
Oh, God.
And the ichor just funnels down into it. And then he throws the carcass of the chicken away over his shoulder, grabs a cork, corks it, puts it off to the side, and then does that same exact procedure with a second abyssal chicken.
I'm going to write in the bowl, forget what I just saw. Forget how demon ichor is made.
Corbin would like to say in common to him,
Do you eat those chickens?
You ain't got no ears, Corbin.
He looks at you, Corbin, as he seems to look at your lips specifically. And he sort of motions towards his mouth and makes a sort of a chewing gesture with his mouth. And then he shakes his head no. Like seriously, don't.
so Corbin will hold out the gold for him.
He takes the gold and he hands you 2 flasks of demon ichor.
Ben?
Why have I got a cat? I'm fine. I feel like the guy in Aliens that where they make him carry all the ammunition in their ear.
You're the strong guy.
Yeah, I'm very weak, but
Okay,
I
so
bet I
it's-
could carry demon ichor if you want.
No, I got it. That's 2 vials of that.
Yeah.
Wisen will be happy at least.
Mm-hmm. Dinner? Lunch? Brunch? What time is it? I don't even know. Food?
The stuff that you guys want is in the Infernal Rapture. And maybe some diamonds from Heads Will Roll. And maybe a nice haircut from the only normal person that we've met here.
I don't know, the chicken guy was pretty normal.
Was he?
And the fingers and the squeezing.
All right, so we're going over to Infernal Rapture.
The smells of delicious food waft from inside. Mahadi stands at the doorway, kind of like Lumiere at the beginning of Beauty and the Beast, sort of like giving the sort of hands in and smiling.
Are you all still that hungry? Think about the chicken we just saw. Maybe you're off your appetite a little bit?
I could eat.
Can we definitely get something that has neither abyssal chicken nor larva in it?
He says, well, would you care to see the menu?
Yes.
Yes.
He snaps his fingers, and in your hands, each of you, appear a piece of parchment. For a second, it's in Infernal, but then it sort of fuzzes for a sec, and then turns into Common. For appetizers, there is pickled Weinblatt salad, pan-fried myconid cap with garlic butter, and spicy shredded sturge sliders.
Skip that one.
For your main dishes, you have a selection of broiled quippers served in a port reduction, roasted wereboar, seasoned liberally with pepper and paprika, twice battered axbeak strips with a branded plum sauce, deep-fried miniature giant space hamster, seasoned to perfection with rosemary, basil, thyme, and tears.
I would never.
And finally, for desserts, candied phase spicer eyes in a raspberry liquor reduction, sweet apple tart with a celestial caramel drizzle,
What does
and
that mean?
rare miniature stench cow cheese selection.
And coffee and tea.
And coffee and tea at the end, yeah. God bless you, wizards. This is amazing.
What?
This sounds amazing. I'm going to have a meal, I think.
Yep.
Depends how much it costs.
Only your soul.
The cost of a meal is indeed 1 soul coin.
That is expensive, guys.
That's really pricey.
I know.
Ren, you didn't want to eat, so I think you're out.
This does, of course, come with spa services, too.
Oh, then I definitely want Renascence to get some. He's pretty cranky.
I
think
don't want it.
See? See?
You might need it. Oh, wait, is this the place we have to give up our stuff?
That's correct,
Yes.
before entering.
You can hand it all to me.
Maybe we should skip it. Now I feel like this is excessive. I really want to try all of those things, but we could really use those for other things.
When you eat this stuff, does, bad things happen to you? Does your, face explode or anything?
Mahadi says, as much as that makes me really get a little bit of a tickle. No, if that happened, we wouldn't have any repeat customers, now would we?
I'd like to sort of stand midway between the Infernal Rapture and Bernie the Barber,
Uh-huh.
and I spin the dreidel again.
Within 60 feet of you, you just see Mahadi showing up as a fiend.
And Bernie, who I assume is actually the person's name who owns the barbershop, she is clearly visible to me, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'll just stroll over back to Bernie while they're debating whether they want to go in the spa or not. And I say, hello, Bernie.
Hello.
It's a little question, just between you and me. My friends seem really fixated on the dining situation in the Infernal Rapture. Do you think if they eat it, is anything horrible going to happen to him?
She smiles a little bit and she says, it is wonderful food.
Yeah, I mean, the menu is to die for, but I mean, are there going to be any, terrible after effects or curses, or are they going to, not be able to stop eating it?
Oh, I see, yes. No, I have never seen anything like that happen to any of Mahadi's customers. They come out very satisfied.
I squint at her. Does that seem legit?
Insight check.
Well, that is a 23.
Yeah, she seems to be telling the truth.
All right. Thanks, Bernie. Because you never can be too sure, what with Avernus and all that.
I understand everything of what you have just said.
All right, well, I think that you're not going to turn into pigs if you eat that food.
Okay. You don't want any?
I definitely don't. I definitely do not want it. But I'm just saying, best as I've been able to tell, and I've made some inquiries, it's not like haunted food, or it's not going to turn into maggots once you start eating it. I mean, I didn't think of every question I could have asked about this, to be honest.
How are your maggots, Michael?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're eating worms, Michael.
Okay.
That's a deep pull. I love it. That's good.
If we are quite concerned about spending the amount of soul coins, we could go to the casino and see if we could earn some more.
I mean, you tell me, how able are you to say no to eating this?
So, Renascence, I just want to say, I love you, but, if we get in there and I order some, pickled whatnots, and then I'm enjoying it, and you are, you start eating mine, just, I'm just saying, don't, if you want it, you should order it yourself.
I'll just have some of yours. Just bring me back a doggy bag of it.
We'll get the aluminum swan for him, and each of us put one thing in.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm torn because that's a lot of soul coins. But I also think it's fun to have dinner.
Mahadi, could I ask you something in private?
Yes, of course. Privacy is my speciality.
There's one thing I don't want to give to anybody. It's magic.
I show him the soul coin in my bag.
Can I just hold that?
Mahadi sort of looks at the soul coin and says, "Where did you get that one?"
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Oh,
And he closes it back up.
If I can't hold that in there, then I can't go in.
I see. Such a shame. I guess you'll have to do without then, won't you?
We've got some dried trail mix in the glove compartment of the Ragawagon. It's every bit as good as anything they've got in there.
If Renascence and Corbin can't go in, I'm not going in. I'll get over it.
Ofelia, you should definitely go in, though. You earn those coins.
If no one else is going in, it doesn't feel right to go by myself, but, well, I am so hungry.
You could write an incredible poem or song about it and share it with us after.
If you really don't mind.
No, I
Yes,
think
I will go
somebody
in.
has to experience this.
Well, all right, then I go in.
Mahadi brings you in. He sort of opens the tent flap into Infernal Rapture, and Ofelia disappears. Hi, everybody. The show will be back shortly for the second half. If you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. Message us on social media or email us at info@cast-party.com. Follow us on Facebook at CastPartyDND, on Twitter at CastParty2, on Instagram at Cast_Party, or on TikTok at Cast_Party. Thanks very much for listening. And now, back to our adventure in Avernus. From your perspective, Ofelia, the outside world, Avernus, no longer exists. The arid, dry environment, everything that you have experienced up until now disappears like you are in a wonderfully air-conditioned banquet hall.
You're still connected to Ofelia, right?
Yeah.
Well, she can give us...
The psychic connection has been disconnected.
Some sort of portal.
What is she's too far away?
She must be really far away.
Should have asked whether the whole restaurant was a trap. I think the two of you need something else to occupy yourselves. Let's go to the casino or a nice haircut.
Okay.
We will go into Heads Will Roll.
You enter into this tent to the raucous sound of laughter, screaming, yelling, and music. And there are 3 tables around which you see an enormous number of individuals of all shapes and sizes clustered around. And behind each table, there is a very attractive looking bat-winged creature. Depending on the way you look at it, sometimes it looks like a man, sometimes it looks like a woman. It's very sort of gender neutral. And one stands behind a table dealing cards to a group of people. Then another stands behind a table as dice are rolled and screams of either pleasure or pain or both are issued forth. A third stands behind a table where you can't really tell what's going on, but you see a lot of people sort of looking down at the table and screaming like, "Go, go!" Rah, rah, rah.
Is anybody good at gambling? Cards or dice?
I'm good at dice.
Let's look at the dice table.
You move to the middle table where there seems to be some kind of a dice game going on, and you see that there are 4 people sitting around a table made out of some kind of piece of harsh driftwood with a infernal iron top, and they are rolling dice, and you kind of remember it a little bit from back in the Elf Song Tavern with Tarina. This is the game Baldur's Bones.
Penchant. They're playing Penchant.
Never got a chance to play it, but this is it.
What do you think, Hylan?
Give it a shot. What's the ante?
But here's the thing. What we want is diamonds. It doesn't matter if we win something else.
Or more soul coin.
Well, let's see what's on offer.
You look towards the people who are around the table. Most of them, if not all of them, seem to have some kind of material possessions that they put into the pot, whether it be gold. One person has a jeweled dagger that they put in as an ante. Another has a sort of a stack of some kind of imprinted bars of some kind of metal, a dark black almost metal. And then a fourth one has just a huge stack of gold coins. You look at this person and they are clearly a fiend of the same type that you have seen before. Enormous bat-winged creature. It is a Nikoloth, a big green-skinned, rotund creature with horns and big bat-like wings. And you see that it has this just enormous stack of gold in front of it and a just shit-eating grin on its face. The other 3 contestants in this particular game look a little downtrodden.
Can we wait to see if anyone antes up diamonds and then play in?
Sure.
Just watch the table.
Let's switch over to Ofelia then, who has gone through into the Infernal Rapture. Off to the side of this enormous banquet hall, which is now cool and wonderful, you see that there is a set of swinging doors with sort of crystal splayed in front of it and spelling out spa services. But every other inch of this room is dedicated to dining services. You see, of course, that same menu that appeared in your hand on an easel right next to you, prominently displayed, showing you exactly what the sort of prefix menu is. And you happen to see a sort of squat, dwarven creature. Make an Arcana check, and let's see if you know what these are.
That is a 13 for Arcana.
Yeah, I'd say you know what these creatures are. You don't know very much about them, but you know what they are. They're called Duergar. They are relatives of dwarves, eyes that are almost pure white, long white beards, very well muscled, and they have this sort of dour, grumpy, almost violent look about them, and grayish skin. And as you enter, Duergar, who is dressed in a tuxedo, looks at you and says, "Welcome to Infernal Rapture. How may I assist you?"
Oh, I'd like a table for 1, please.
Table for 1? Sure, no problem.
Thank
Follow
you.
me, please. And he walks you over to a small round table, pulls out the chair for you.
Oh, thank you.
Slowly pushes it back under you once you sit. Oh, would you like to see a menu?
Oh, thank you. I think I already know what I want.
Wonderful.
She had the order in her head since she looked at the menu.
I will be more than happy to take your order. Please let me know what you'd like for your appetizer.
Yes, please. May I have the pan-fried mayonnaise cap with garlic butter?
Myconid. It's pronounced myconid.
Oh, myconid. I'm sorry. I'm not from around here. The pan-fried myconid cap with garlic butter?
And for your main course?
Oh, well, I've been torn between the roasted wereboar and the twice-battered axebeak, but I think I'll have to go with the axebeak.
Good choice. Axebeak's in season.
Oh, that's wonderful. For dessert,
Yes.
I would love,
Is he like being compelled against his will to be a waiter? Is that what's happening?
like
I mean,
it.
you can make an insight check if you want, but you're not there, so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, for dessert, I would love the selection of stench cow cheeses.
Good choice.
And I'll take a tea as
very
well.
fragrant stench cow cheeses, yes.
I'll take a tea, please.
Tea. We have
Thank you
lots
very
of different
much.
types of tea. We have herbal tea, Earl Grey tea, black tea. Yes, I think that's the 4
All
that
the
we
teas.
have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh no, green tea. We have green tea too. Yeah.
Oh, well, with my meal selection, I think the green tea would be.
Good choice. All right.
What's this guy's deal? Like, does he look?
What's this guy's deal check?
Are his fingernails digging into his palms?
Yeah, like, does he
hate
look
life?
more unhappy to be serving me than the average server?
Go ahead and make an insight check. What the hell?
You know what I'm trying to ask them.
I do. We all have to do things in life, right?
That's going to be an 11 for insight.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the beard. Maybe it's just sort of dead eyes. But yeah, you can't really sort of gain any idea of what the hell, as you say, is his deal.
Thank you.
Within about, I don't know, it's hell, so I would give it a good 20 minutes. The first of your selections comes out on a tray wheeled over to your table. It is, in fact, a enormous mushroom cap. Probably about, I don't know, it's an appetizer, so probably about 7 inches wide. This smells amazing. It is probably one of the most amazing roast vegetable smells that you've ever smelled in your life. And yet, when you look at this myconid cap, you see that the eyes of this myconid are still attached to its cap.
No.
Ew.
Oh,
No.
I don't think I like that. Well, I didn't know. I just thought it was a mushroom dish. I liked the idea of the garlic butter. I think it was going to be like that.
You didn't think it would be the head of a creature that you knew was an innocent, loving mushroom person?
I just thought, okay, well.
Just enjoy it. You've already ordered it. It's not going to get
Alright.
unkilled.
She very tentatively cuts a piece off the side, a very small piece of the
A
myconid.
single tear rolls down.
Just a little.
Don't eat me.
Oh my God, yeah. she'll take just a little bite.
One of the most amazing things you've ever put in your mouth in your entire life, Ofelia. So perfect. So perfect.
I mean, I guess she is gonna tuck in.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
So you leave maybe a quarter of the poor creature's head left on the
Stop
plate.
it!
Yeah, it's
No!
fine.
Oh.
I'm sure the next thing you ordered actually deserved it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so the next thing I believe that you ordered was the axe beak. Am I correct?
Yes, it was. I was told it was in season.
Axebeak, if you don't already know, is a sort of ostrich-like creature, but as befits the name, its beak is like an enormous axe blade. It's a well-muscled creature, which means it's got a lot of good chewing in there. It's not very fatty, so it could be kind of like, a little pheasant. Tastes probably like a well-seasoned chicken, I would think.
Well, I also had a slice of that, and it's good.
The brandied plum sauce really just ties everything together.
Mm.
It's sweet and savory. It's juicy. It's moist. It's delicious.
It's at least an animal as opposed to the person that she just ate.
Yep.
Well, listen.
Finally, your dessert comes to your table, a selection of stench cow cheeses. You see that some of them are sort of hard, have a little bit of sort of rind on them, sort of a greenish blue rind, camembert, softness, but at the same time, the solidity of a good Gruyere.
That's great.
It does, I know. Yeah, I kind of want to try them in real life, except I probably don't.
They're very, very
Stench
small.
cow.
They're like baby bells, right? Because this is a miniature stench cow,
Yeah, it's
right?
a sampler.
So yeah, it's a sampler. It's a sampler selection. So yeah, that sort of makes all of the guilt of eating a myconid just sort of flow away with the wind.
Well, that was delicious.
Your Duergar server comes over and brings you a steaming hot cup of tea.
Oh, thank you.
My pleasure.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't think I caught your name earlier.
No, you didn't.
Did you not want to give it to me?
You really want it?
Well, I wanted to commend you to whatever, your manager or whoever for excellent service.
My manager's her Mahadi.
I'll tell Mahadi.
Well, thank you very much.
What is your name? I need to know in order to speak highly of you.
And he points to a name tag which has been hidden under his lapel. Crumrig.
Well, Crumrick, this was quite a lovely meal, and I do appreciate your service.
Yeah, I've been serving people for the last 300 years, so I might as well be good at something, right?
Yeah, I think it's good to have aspirations.
Did you enjoy your meal? If you did,
Yeah, I did.
please fill out this wonderful survey. And he just slides this piece of paper across the table to you. And the survey has 3 questions. It says, did you enjoy your service? 2, have you utilized our spa services? 3, if not, why not? And then it has 4 Z's at the very bottom with circles around them. It says, if you liked our service so much, you may fill out the The Zariel meter.
Okay.
With four Z's.
I will indeed fill it out with 4 Z's. I will say that I enjoyed my service and no, I haven't used the spa services yet. And I will say as the explanation why, because I was so hungry. I needed to eat before I could think about anything else.
As you fill that out, Mahadi appears behind you silently and says, "So, how did you like your meal?"
Oh, it was quite delicious. Thank you.
So very glad to hear that.
The myconid was just a bit disturbing, but the garlic butter was quite good.
That butter is sourced from our finest stench cows. I noticed on your survey here that you have not taken part of our spa services, and I do regret that, but it is part and parcel of the price that you've paid with your single soul coin. So if you choose not to use our spa services, that's your choice. I do think that you would benefit from it.
Yes, can you explain a little bit more to me about how they work?
Have you never been to a spa?
No.
Oh, well, we have amenities, body, foot, hand treatments, massage therapy, skincare, general grooming, bathing.
Well,
as well as specialty services. And he smiles.
Such as what?
Dream therapy, whole body restoration, longevity therapy.
When you say dream therapy, did it get rid of nightmares?
Most certainly.
But first, you had mentioned something about bathing?
Oh, yes, of course. Quite a selection of baths, wonderful scented salts, and bubbles. I know I'm in hell, I'm supposed to be all like, I'm a fiend, but bubbles just make me giggle.
They are fun. Yes, I think I would love a bubble bath.
Wonderful. He puts his hands together and he gives 2 claps. 3 Duergar run over to your table and remove all of your plates. And one of them pulls out the chair from behind you so that you can stand.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, my server, Crumb, what was his name?
Your server today was, and he sort of checks a list, was Crumrig Shadowmite.
Yes, he was quite lovely. Any sort of promotion or recommendation, if I don't know, a coupon or a raise?
He says, I appreciate your sincerity as well as your satisfaction. We shall do everything we can for Crumrig to make sure that he moves up in the ranks. Am I right, Crumrig? And he calls across the room. And you see Crumrig over at another table serving 2 rather sort of dour-looking individuals who are looking at the food going, oh my god, what the fuck am I eating? And Crumrig is just sort of like, he looks over at you and he just gives a thumbs up.
I give him a little wave and off to the bath.
You are ushered in through that wonderful crystalline doorway to the spa. You sort of hear all these amazing sounds, music being piped in from who knows where. You see people lying down in luxuriant couches. Some of them are smoking some kind of strange substance that's connected to a sort of a bubbling pot. Others are having their feet rubbed and massaged by very attractive looking, but clearly fiendish individuals with bat wings sprouting out their back. In the back of the spa, several tubs, claw-footed tubs. You are ushered towards one of them. Do see a small area for changing, and the water is clean and cool, or warm, depending on how you want it. Begins to sort of froth up with bubbles as soon as you step foot in it.
Do I feel anything other than just like normal clean from being in this bath? Do you know what I mean? Such as like a magical effect of some sort. Like, is there something going on with the water?
Your skin is tingling.
Yep.
It's definitely doing something real nice.
Is it a good?
Oh, it feels great. You've never had your skin tingle like this ever. It just feels like your pores are getting all of the grit and evil and dirt and all of the sins, maybe even psychologically, they're just sort of being washed down the drain. Let's flip over to Heads Will Roll, where you guys are now waiting for diamonds to be placed on the table. And finally, a sort of long, bearded, you're not quite sure if he's a Cambion or if he is a tiefling. Definitely sort of has fiendish looks about him. Places a bag on the table, withdraws a pair of strange sunglasses, and that the lenses themselves are very dark. Places them over his eyes, and everyone sort of turns to each other and then to him, and they start whispering to us like, and he empties the bag onto the table, and you see 5 large diamonds placed on the table.
Oh.
All right, Hylan.
I don't know what I have to put in that's going to be considered good enough.
Here you go. Pressed into Hylan's hands, 2 unused pinches of dust of dryness.
Okay, I'm going to casually walk up there. and I'm going to confidently place what I'm assuming is a vial with 2 pinches of dust of dryness in it on the table.
Every player puts in their ante in the pot. You will then roll 3 dice. On your turn, you can choose to stand or roll. If you stand, the next player takes the turn. Player who rolls takes an additional die and then rolls it. If the total of that player's dice exceeds 21, they bust and they're out of the game. Otherwise, you can just keep rolling additional dice until you stand or bust.
It's blackjack.
After everyone has had a turn, it's blackjack with dice. The highest point total, excluding players who've busted, wins the game and takes the entire pot. You sit at the table, you place the dust of dryness on the table. So there are 5 players, including yourself. I will roll silently for the others. You place your ante into the pot. The dealer looks at your ante and says, "Dust of dryness?"
You know it.
Nods, smiles, and says, "We haven't had water here for quite a while." The sort of devilish-looking gentleman with the sunglasses takes his sunglasses and puts them down over the bridge of his nose and looks down. "Well, that's interesting." Lays out a 4th diamond.
Ooh.
One of the other contestants, shall we call them, within the game says, "Too rich for my blood," and stands up and walks away. So now there's only 4 players. It is your turn first. You will roll 3d6.
It's a 9.
So you can choose to stand or to roll again.
I will roll again. 13.
Okay, so you have a total of 13. Do you wish to stand or roll again?
Hit.
Yeah, I should roll again. That's a 1, so now I have a total of 14.
Stand or roll.
Should still hit.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 5.
Over 21 is a bust.
Yep, I'm staying at 19.
Turn plays to the left. There's a rather fat, as I said, this Nikoloth who has a whole lot of gold and other items, none of which are diamonds. He sort of rolls his 3 dice.
Corbin's going to watch the game to see if anybody's cheating.
Yeah, make a perception check, Corbin.
Corbin rolled a 25 on perception, so he is just intently watching these other players.
You don't see anyone pocketing any weird dice, or you don't see that the dice themselves roll any differently. The Nikoloth to your left says, "Roll," and rolls again. And then he says, "Roll," and then he rolls again. And then he says, "Roll." He roars. And then he slams his fists on the table as his 6 dice fly up into the air, showing that he has in fact gotten a 22.
Ooh.
Oh, this got hurt.
Out.
And so his pot magically moves towards the dealer.
Do they see Hylan's roll?
They do not see Hylan's roll. No, that's the whole thing. This is all played in secrecy. You know what yours is, but you do not know what anyone else's is. So you have to.
And we can see he just busted. We can see he busted based on his reaction.
You can see he busted. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, if you bust, you bust. You can't, pretend like you didn't. The sort of excitement dies down from the essential winner of the last 10 or 11 games just leaves the table completely out of cash. One of the strange-looking creatures that you have seen moving around the room, a very thin-looking imp, flies by with a drinks tray. They're all of different colors, and they all have different names sort of attached to the glasses. One is called Ifriti's Breath. One is called Glacian Ale. One is called Cambion Cocktail. Another one is called Toothache. One is called Glutton's Punishment. And one is called Screaming Banshee Shot. And the imp pushes the tray in your direction and says, "Would you like a drink?"
Is it on the house?
Oh, yes, they're all on the house.
Ifriti's Breath.
Okay.
I'll take a Screaming Banshee.
Okay, enjoy. The Screaming Banshee Shot is sort of a chilly light blue drink. It has the smoke-filled ice balls. So you see the smoke sort of coming out of the top, and it smells like a fresh, dewy night. Make a Constitution saving throw.
God.
You do have a +3.
That would be a 10.
You lose your voice for 10 minutes.
Oh no.
You can't even pretend to mutter anything. As this thing goes down your throat, you just can't mutter a single word for 10 minutes.
We are still telepathically linked if you really need to say something.
Is it good?
Oh, it's delicious.
Is it worth it?
But it's just that you've lost your voice. It was totally worth it. Renaissance, make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 22.
Woo.
That's brisk, baby.
It is a swirling amber liquid. It's bubbling. It's got some like fizziness to it. It smells a little bit like iron, but yeah, you sort of feel this thing just burn down your throat. And for a second, you just like burp a little bit and like smoke comes out your nostrils, but nothing else happens.
What's wrong, Corbin? Spit it out.
Corbin just says, well, he tries to say, I can't talk, but he just screams, but nothing comes out.
One of the other contestants next to the sort of large Nikoloth goes. This one is sort of dressed head to foot in what seems to be a mummy wrappings. So you can't really see its face at all. But under the mummy wrappings, you hear after the 3 dice are rolled, and he rolls. And then he says, and another one is rolled. Rolls out a 4th time. And then he pants and he goes, which you can interpret to say, stand. And then finally, the man with the sunglasses rolls his dice just sort of very casually. And he says, roll, roll, roll. And then he smiles, and you see his teeth are all gold. He says, stand. The dealer then goes, dealer rolls, 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 and rolls. Oh, dealer busts.
Okay.
And showcases that, indeed, the dealer has rolled a 23. So there are 3 contestants. You, the man with the mummy wrappings, and Shades McGee.
Yep.
Shades McGee takes out a diamond out of his pocket and puts it on the table. There are now 5 diamonds on the table.
My God.
Do we need to ante up?
If you want to stay in the game, you need to ante up.
Pass Hylan a 50 gold piece amethyst.
Okay. Put it on the table.
The man with the sunglasses says, that's not gonna touch it. You gotta up it, darling.
Yeah.
I put a 2nd amethyst, same value.
That'll do. The man with the mummy wrappings goes, and he stands up and walks away.
Okay. Do I go first again?
Do you want to call, or do you want to up it?
Oh.
Yeah, you guys,
Up 'em,
you can't.
Up 'em. I got
No,
two.
no, no.
I got 2 amethysts. Yeah, let's up it.
Corbin gives her 2 amethysts.
Let's up him.
Okay, I put 2 amethysts down.
He smiles. He says, my, you do like this game. Let me guess. Baldur's Gate, am I right?
Is it the accent?
It's the look.
Talking or upping us.
You can't speak.
Oh, right. Well, he says that, but nothing comes out.
I whistle a little bit, and a little bit of flame from the Afridi drink comes out of my mouth.
Okay.
And I say, are we playing or not?
Taps his fingers on the table. Oh, we're playing. We're playing for keeps. And he takes out of his pocket a soul coin and puts it on the table. Everyone at the table goes, oh.
All right.
Yeah, this is...
Right, we have to match him, right? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
he
do.
matched us.
No, we can call.
We
matched
anteed up.
He
anteed up.
matched. Yeah, you did. You anteed up, and then he raised with that soul coin.
Corbin has a scroll, which he'll hold out to Hylan, has the spell Tongues on.
Okay.
Here we had the tongue scroll.
He sort of chuckles. He goes, what's that?
I mean, we can call at this point, right?
You need to call at his soul coin.
We need to match his soul coin before we can call, right?
No.
Correct.
Oh, we do? Okay.
That's correct, yeah, because he's raised, right? He's raised, and you just have put a 3rd level spell scroll on the table.
Because
So
the
he's
thing
not-
is, I thought we raised it by putting 2 more amethysts, and then
We
he put a
did.
soul coin now.
We did, but I guess what Matt's saying is the soul coin
Is worth more?
did more
It
than
is
match
worth
the
more.
amethyst.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
he called, and then he raised with that soul coin.
I see. Okay,
The thing is, if we now put a soul coin in, wouldn't we then be raising him?
That's correct. You don't have to match him soul coin for soul coin. You just have to put something of equal value.
So if we leave Corbin's scroll in, his 3rd level spell scroll,
Yeah.
I will throw in 4 azurite gems, each worth 10.
That's 40 plus the 3rd level spell scroll. Let me do some quick math. That's about a little over 200 gold pieces worth of stuff. Maybe a little bit more, like 250 gold pieces worth of stuff. Equating a soul coin to 250 gold pieces, that's a little low, honestly.
I have 4 azurite gems as well.
That's more like it. How much are those worth?
The same.
They're each worth 10. That's another 40.
Okay, so we're looking more around 300 gold pieces. So you shove all that stuff onto the table, That pot is looking goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
There's gold, there's diamonds, there's soul coins, there's spell scrolls, there's gems of lots of make and model.
Dust of dryness.
The dust of dryness. And now he says, all right, I think that'll do. He says, call.
Okay.
What you got?
19.
He says, gotcha. And he lifts his hands and there is a 20.
Damn it.
Shit.
Yeah, we just lost.
He opens his arms and he just pulls it in towards himself.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, sometimes just get bit in the butt.
Well played, sir. But a little side deal. How about soul coin for one of those diamonds? 300 gold.
Whose soul's in it?
Couldn't tell you.
Let me have a look.
I put it on the table, but leave a finger on it.
He sort of looks at the soul coin, and this is one of the 3 that you guys have used, or at least have in your possession, correct?
This is one of the ones that Ofelia just got from the bowl.
Right. Okay, cool. Solid. He says, that's an interesting one. Why you want the diamond so much?
My life story's not included in the deal. It's the soul coin for a diamond.
I like you. What's your name, kiddo?
Renascence.
Pleasure to meet you, Renascence. And he holds out his hand.
I shake it with the other hand, the one that's not holding the coin on the table.
He says, I would love to grace you with my name, but that would go against the rules a little bit. But I have a feeling we'll meet each other soon enough. And then he tips his hat, and he, ping, flips you a diamond.
I catch the diamond with my offhand, and I release the coin on the table.
The coin flies up into his hand, and he grasps it. He says, nice. See you around, kid.
Thinks he's so handsome. It's just got a square jaw, that's all. He's not that good looking.
I don't know. I thought he was kind of network TV good looking.
I put the diamond in my belt pouch.
Do you guys want to do any more gambling at all?
No, I think we'll quit while we're way behind.
Yeah.
As you leave, heads will roll. Bernie, who has this whole time been watching you from afar, walks over to you, Hylan, and takes you under your arm. And she says, I must talk to you.
Okay, what is it?
Please come with me. And she sort of ushers you towards her barber shop. She says, your friends, can they be trusted?
Absolutely.
Good. Please, have a seat in my chair. We have things to discuss.
Okay.
She begins to do her normal tasks. She's, what a beautiful day we are having, yes? I think that we should make your hair an updo, yes?
Sure. Yep. Just don't make it too, too poofy.
Of course not. No, of course not. In your mind, you hear the voice of Bernie, and she says, you are Hylan, yes? Hylan Nemo?
How do you know that?
I have been sent by someone who cares for you very much.
Who's that?
Someone who has been watching you.
Is this a human?
She smiles as she continues to cut your hair. And Bernie, in your mind, says, no, he's not human. He is the grandfather of us all. And he wishes to make sure that you do not fail in your quest. Thanks for listening. This episode featured Tal Aviezer as Renascence, Andy Cannistra as Painbearer Corbin Shiv, Carolyn Fox as Hylan, Rachel Tamarin as Ofelia, and me, Matt Gordon, as the Dungeon Master. This episode was edited by Carolyn Fox and Tal Aviezer. Our original theme music is by Lauren Anker and Anthony DiMasso. Some sound effects in this episode are courtesy of Syrinscape. Remember, if you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of Descent into Avernus.
I think it's because I switched from the pan view to the select and move, and I didn't realize. So.
Women, am I right?
Can we cut that?
Always
I was just gonna say, can I attack Tal instead of the Bane guy?
I don't know. He crit the guy, right? So he got the crit out of the way, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Going to the store to buy hats with feathers in them.
Okay.
I do love a
Corbin,
feathered
save
hat.
us. Save us,
Yeah, me
Corbin.
too.
All right.